Our objectives when we first bought the Triaster solution were to replace some very bulky, hard to maintain paper business procedures for the colleges with something more streamlined, more user friendly and more importantly easier to maintain. It cleverly does some of the jobs for you around laying things out on the page nicely, enforces some of the rules and also allows you to add all the information you need about those maps into the application. For me that was a massive benefit.
I think they feel that it's really helping to them to understand the end-to-end processes. So rather than just being involved in their own little cocoon of activity, they can see the inputs and outputs, the effects of that on other areas of the university.
A documented set of procedures that aren't in Word format, that are easy to use and can be used by anybody within the business without having to read through reams of paper, which nobody wants to do.
The obvious benefit to staff coming up with their own solutions is they're more likely to follow them through rather than feel they're being told what it is they should be doing.
Where it is delivering is that it's actually giving our staff access to easily understood processes whereby they can see what they want. It equally links them to our key documentation, be it forms, be it other databases, because you've got that facility within it, which means that everything is, as Triaster like to say, within 2 or 3 clicks.
Well, what we did a complete trade study of every product in the market, and Triaster stood out because of its simplicity and ease of use.
It's so easy to use. If you can drag and drop, you can use Triaster.
So what Triaster does well is just with minimal extra effort you can build like a kind of organisation-wide structure that can open out the whole box, if you like, for all the other parts of the business to see the information. So rather than just, at the moment, Visio, you get one diagram followed by another without them being linked to in any way. What Triaster can do is to integrate those all in one point.
I think the major advantage as a Triaster solution for a university setting is the consistency of practice across all processes.
We were looking for a solution to give us some sort of consistency in the processes we use. We've been going for around about 5 years at that time, so we'd come out of the sort of build-up phase and we wanted to find out how our processes were doing, what we wanted to do with the processes and how we could go forward. It's almost going from an entrepreneurial type organisation into a much more structured and logical organisation. And being a bank, obviously we need to know what our processes are and make sure that the regulatory authorities are happy with the way we work. When our call centre take in calls, they have set scripts to go through and set structure and order of those activities that they need to take or to do while they're doing it. One of the things that Triaster gives us is that logical flow, and because we've got hyperlinks on the maps, if they want to go into any of these scripts because they don't remember them or they haven't been there that long, then they just press a button, the script comes up on the screen, they can read it out word for word so we don't have compliance issues, they can close it down and move on to the next part of the process of whatever the customer wants us to do.
Well, I think it's more than actually just the process maps. To me, it was about making us think about a collaborative approach, really getting the right stakeholders engaged, identifying them early on, making sure that they were part of the process. It's the commonality in approach that Triaster gives us. So my team all have very different styles and they have very different successes throughout the organisation. But what we would really miss by not having the Triaster solution is the fact that we wouldn't be thinking in an input-output way, and the process maps would look very different depending on who was producing them. It's that commonality in approach and the finished article that looks the same across all maps that's really important for us.
It's a sign of the times that the central organisation and the senior management of the university are starting to really look closely at business process and how we can improve those processes.
I think Triaster's enabled activities to be seen on all levels really, the multiple levels that are available, that people can actually see processes at their particular level, at their activity, and that's really helped to improve processes in the university.
Probably as a training aid, that any new people coming in, and part of our operation is a call centre, where you do actually get a reasonable turnover of staff. We need to get people in, get them trained up, get them running very fast, and using a process mapping tool like Triaster has allowed us to bring out new training tools that can help us with that. So we've improved our training cycle.
Yes, I think there have been a number of improvements that we've identified during this process. Some of them are very minor ones, just changing forms, for example, that someone's filling in. Some of them are quite significant.
Well, the main benefit of this tool is that we can visualise our process. Every time we start to map, the people mapping suddenly realise they're not doing their process correctly, they're taking far too much time. This will make things leaner and more efficient and produce cost benefits to the whole business.
The benefits we've had from using Triaster have really helped our business come along, identify gaps where we need to improve.
We didn't seriously entertain any other products because Triaster's, the way they sell themselves, not a commercial way, but in a customer support way, the way they presented the developments that would be coming in, which they delivered on, made us believe that it was the product that would actually work for us.
And then generally as a whole, I think the whole community and the user group and involvement in the user group has been really useful in terms of process mapping for us and I think for everybody else.
We feel we get a lot of support from the account management team.
I've always found everyone at Triaster to be extremely responsive, extremely helpful, very customer focused, and it's been, you know, I've felt like a valued customer from the get-go, and I still feel like that today.
What we've liked most about working with Triaster has been the helpfulness, the support, and they've given us a lot of encouragement to improve our processes at BAE Systems.
Well, the support's very good because there's a nice knowledge base on the intranet if I need it.
Well, the conference, the Triaster conference this year has been excellent. I've come away with a lot of really good ideas that I can take back to our institution. It's always good to have a mixture of business and academic delegates, I think, so that you get ideas from both sides of the fence that you can mix together and incorporate into your own work. So it's been an excellent conference.
They are very keen. They've realised that, you know, we being the customers are the only reason they're in existence, and so they're doing everything they can to make us feel good.
I find the whole team at Triaster very supportive, both if we have issues when we're mapping and we come across problems, either technical problems or just that we don't know what to do. Whoever we call tends to be very, very supportive.
So it's great that you can just pick up the phone and the technical people will help you out.
Whenever I use the help desk, whenever I phone up, I'm always pleased with the quality of the response.
Well, the support from Triaster is very comprehensive because we get telephone support, email support. We've bought a contract for 5 years of support and we get responses instantly.
Well, I'd like to say that I enjoy using it and I'm looking forward to doing even more on it.